Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's continuation of the series by popular demand, we're going to be doing Alli. We'll do Shade next, but I want to do that with one of the best shades in North America, and he's not available right now, and I want to get a video out right now, so I'm just going to do Alli first. Now, Alli is another one of my favorite brawlers. I love playing assassins in general, but Alli is probably one of my top 5, and there's a lot of tech to her, a lot of nuance that people don't really know about, so I'm actually really excited to do this video. So yeah, let's just hop into it now, not waste any time. Once again, we're gonna start off with the build. 2 good gadgets, Feed the Gators and Cold Blood. Feed the Gators basically means you're gonna heal for how much damage you do, because it's 100% of your damage. So it will stack with your super, because your super gives you a damage buff. I'll move on to that in a second, but it's a pretty good gadget, super duper short cooldown. 10-second cooldown is awesome. But with how you play Alli, you'll almost never be using this gadget. I don't think you will. So it's not that it's a bad gadget, it's that the other one is just so necessary. And that is also cold-blooded. It is only 14-second cooldown, so once again, very short cooldown. But she becomes enraged for the next 4 seconds. Now, let me take a minute to show you her traits. So she can move on water, of course, but then she has a very unique trait called enraged. So when a brawler is enraged, they'll gain movement speed when they're going towards an enemy that has less than 50% health. You'll be enraged, you'll be in the state, even if you're not moving towards them, but you won't gain the movement speed bonus if you're not like looking in their direction. And I'll show you guys that in game, but yeah. So definitely use Cold-Blooded, because making you enraged, it's just so good. The extra movement speed that you get is ridiculous, and it combos well with her star power too. So 10 times out of 10, I would get Cold-Blooded, but if you randomly got this one from a star drop, don't be too upset. It's still a good gadget. So anyways, moving on to star powers, there's 2 of them. Lizard Limbs, nobody uses this. It is pretty much well-oiled, like Tick star power is like literally the exact same thing, but no one uses this. It's just a bad star power. This star power though, really good. Now every time you're enraged, so say you pop your gadget, or there's someone less than 50% health, you reload faster. And Alli's reload speed is pretty slow, so this is like 25% faster. It's actually a huge difference. So once again, 10 times out of 10, this is the build you want to go for. Then for gears, you always want damage, but the other one can be a little different depending, but I think once again, 10 times out of 10, damage speed is the way to go, because you guys will see here, but the faster your movement speed is at the time, the faster or the further your jump goes, and I'll show you guys that in a second. The hypercharge is not necessary at all. It's good. Damage bonus is nice. The speed bonus is the best part about it, and once again, I'll show you guys why, but not 100% necessary. Definitely really good though. Like if you have it, then yay. But if you have other brawlers, I would not be spending 5k gold to get this one over, like, I don't know, a Tara or like a Melody. So yeah, hopping into the training grounds right now, just to show you guys the basics of how she works. So of course, Alli is an assassin, right? So her normal attack is just a really short dash. There used to be like no delay pretty much between her shots, so she was really good. But like even with my really low ping, there's still like a decent amount of delay in between shots. Like that's the fastest you can go. But let's see. So if you're in water or in the bush, either or, you're gonna go like with a jump. Now you can see there's a little difference, like just a tiny difference when I'm in the grass compared to when I'm on water. That's because I'm on speed gear. So typically this is how long my jump should be. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna try and get it perfect. Yeah, but you see it as I go onto the grass, it gets a little bit longer. That's because I have the speed gear active and I'm moving faster. The faster you move, you can see the further that you go with your jump. So a lot of people don't really know that, but like I'm gonna move up to here with that, and then with the grass, I go just a little bit further. Like I was like around over here. It's not a huge difference, but look, I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna pop my hyper. You see that distance increase I got? Like it's much further. And then like if I'm in the grass, oh wait, it ended. I'm gonna see if I can get my hyper back real quick. Okay, so one more time. That's how much the range is like normally. And then look, it's boosted with the speed gear. And then I pop this and it's even more of a boost. So like I can jump so far, like I can go all the way onto the boss from here. It also affects the normal attack too, as you guys saw there at the end. But typically going to be jumping like a lot more of the time. But yeah, that's why speed is so good. Like if you have a max on your team or anything like that, just anything with speed bonus, it just makes her really, really versatile. Now the super, a lot of people get confused with it because it's not the simplest thing in the world. So what it does is you'll do increased damage on top of your normal damage depending on the max health, not the current health of the opponent. So this bot has 100k health. So if I pop my super here, it does cap out at double base damage. So alli typically does 2600. You see that? But I pop my super there and I end up doing double damage because it's a percentage based on their max health. So think like a Frank, you're going to be doing the most ever damage with your super. But if it's against someone like a Tick, the bonus damage is really like not going to do too much for you. So yeah, 2600 for one shot, and I pop my super and it caps out at 5200, or else it would just be absolutely busted. So let me get my super back. And that's only like that critical shot only happens after you use your super. Now, when you're in your super, you're gonna go intermittently invis and then out of invis. So I'm gonna pop my super again. I'm invisible, then I'm visible, I'm invisible, visible for a little bit, and then invisible again, and then it's over. Now with the super, you have to be careful. It will only apply to your next shot. So let me show you guys the difference here. So the ball is right here. I'll pop my super, and then my next shot does that bonus damage. But let me get my super back real quick, and I'll pop it once this one wears out. But I'm just gonna super now. I'm gonna jump, and then I'm gonna shoot. So now it doesn't apply because I already like used my first attack. So you pretty much, you want to use your super, of course, to be sneaky like a Leon and make space. But at the same time, you don't want to be wasteful because that bonus damage can really, really help you. You can unload your shots like pretty fast in grass if you're auto aiming. That's not auto aim, but I can't auto aim in the bush here. But you need to know how much damage you do. So 2600 times 3 is a 7800 damage. Now max that out with another 2600 for a maxed out super. You do about 10k to a Frank in a perfect scenario. So you can't take out like a Frank just by yourself. Of course, if you're smart, you can jump over his attacks and stuff like that, but Frank will be the best counter, and I'll get into that in the counters section. But yeah, the hypercharge it gives you like the speed bonus, of course. The main gimmick about it is that it actually gives you lifesteal. I'm gonna take care of this bot real quick. I'm gonna go take some damage from this bot, and I'm pretty sure it only applies to if you are or it applies to like the whole time. So like I hyper now and I'm healing, but if I pop my super, it'll heal way more because the damage is way more. So pretty much you're like Kenji for the hypercharge duration, and you're healing a percentage of how much damage you do, which is also how Kenji works. Like you heal like a little bit with your 1k shot, more with your 2k slash, and then you heal the most from your super to 2.6k. So yeah, those are the basics for alli. I know I didn't get to go over the gadget and the rage mechanic, or enrage mechanic. I'll have to go over that in game because I actually work in the training cave for some stupid reason. But yeah, I'll show you guys that when I show you the examples. First, we're gonna go over counters and what she does counter. So like I said, alli, once again, as most of these videos have been so far, is an assassin. And as an assassin, typically the tanks are gonna counter you. So Meg is pretty good into it. Draco is very good. Buster, it depends. But for the most part, like Frank is probably the best counter to it. Rose is also an amazing counter. Bull is a really good counter. Like Jackie's a good counter. Just in general, rule of thumb is that tanks counter assassins, and that applies here once again. These tanks will counter alli. Now, fellow assassins, Fang is also an amazing counter to alli. Cord, once again, if there's grass, like alli is super duper map dependent, and you just really, really have to be careful on what map she's playing, because that can also depend, or it can influence what brawlers that she counters. But for the most part, not really picking assassin into assassin. Maybe like a Stu. Stu's pretty good. Like I said, Fang. Kenji's actually really, really good because just not enough damage for the alli because you have that heal from Kenji, and you can go in the invincibility with your super. Crow is also very good. It takes a very long time for alli to kill a Crow. So those are some pretty good picks into it. The supports. Now, alli does a pretty good job at countering these supports. Even Poco sometimes can't even heal enough. Gus can typically do fine because the shield is really good, and if you make her get knocked back, she'll have to waste another piece of ammo. Pam can heal more than you can do damage, so not great. But Ruffs is like alli is one of the best counters in the game to Ruffs. Of course, there needs to be a little bit of grass, but think of Death Cap Trap, Hard Rock Mine, Pinhole Punt. Those kinds of maps are gonna be really good. Moving on to controllers. Now, controllers, you pretty much counter every single controller. Why the hell is Chuck a controller? Whatever. But yeah, every controller you counter. Maybe not Gale specifically because of the Twister gadget, but yeah, you counter every single controller. Now for the damage dealers, once again, you do a very good job at counting the damage dealers. You're really good into brawlers like Surge, brawlers like Mo, like Tara, the Rico and Colt. Colt can break open the map with Silver Bullet, but just like a one-on-one, the alli wins. What you guys can see here, there's a pattern. If the alli can kill you in 3 shots or less, then it's such a good alli game. So pretty much brawlers with 8k health or less are gonna have a hard time. That's why playing against alli, shield gear, if you know like how much health your brawler has, shield gear can be a very big difference. It really does help. Just like how you want to pick shield gear against Colette to survive longer. So yeah, Marksman does a very good job at counting the Marksman because once again, it's an assassin. Assassins counter Marksman. Brock can break open the map, but typically if it's a one-on-one interaction, the Brock's gonna be on the jump gadget first. So yeah, you do counter every single one of them. And once again, as an assassin, it counters all the artillery and throwers. So yeah, those are the matchups. Now we're gonna hop into maps and modes. So, well, like I said, only going to be doing the current competitive maps. So that means the 3 maps from each mode that are in the BSC 2026 competitive. So Hard Rock Mine is one of them. Probably one of her best. She has a lot of really good maps in this map pool right now. But Hard Rock Mine, she is amazing on this map. The only brawler that's going to be countering her pretty much on this map is a Frank. Besides that, like if you ban Frank on here, feel free to go alli. Like alli is so good at this map. You can go on the left side, go on the right side, even like in like those middle bushes, you can just jump from bush to bush to bush. Like they're just all so close to each other, and it's amazing. Go on the gem carrier, you can win your matchup so easily. You can't really get spawn trapped because you can just go on the left or right side in the back. It's just really good on Hard Rock Mine. The other map is Death Cap Trap. Again, so good. You see like on the left, you can jump from bush to bush to bush, and you can just end up in their bushes. You can do the same thing from the right side. It's just, she's so good on here. Once again, Frank is that main counter you got to be on the lookout for. But as long as Frank's banned, the rest are manageable because you're not going to be seeing like a Primo. Very rarely going to see like a Bull on this kind of map, or Jackie. So yeah, like once again, the main thing is you're banning Frank, and the rest it's all she wrote. Then for what's the last one? Double Swoosh. Once again, lots of bushes. They're connected to each other. So good. And a cool fact that probably should have mentioned this earlier, but when you're enraged, you'll get like those little eye icons, and it'll show you where they are in the bush. So even if you like can't, like they're in the bush, like you can't see them normally, the enraged icon will show you where they are in the bush, and there'll be footprints on the ground too. I wish I could show you guys that in Training K, but I'll have to wait until I can show you an in-game example. For what is it? For Heist is the next one. Heist is weird because she doesn't do an insane amount of safe damage. Like still, like she can do 10k in 3 shots with a super, which is like nothing to ignore. But in a like base race scenario, you can definitely ignore it. So don't play alli. I was gonna say don't play her for base race comps, but if you have like 2 high damage brawlers, then it works very well. For example, Bridge Too Far. Other team has a Chuck and some defensive brawlers. You go an 8-bit, a Colt, and an alli. The alli just goes on the water, makes free space, gets rid of those defensive brawlers super easily, and then both your teammates hammer down the safe. Like and what I just said, she is super duper good on Bridge Too Far. Here, you don't really need to worry about banning Frank. It's very rare to see because it's like such an open map, and whatever damage dealers you have are just gonna farm so easily on them. And Frank does not break open water, so she was always going to be viable on this map for sure. Very good map for her. Kaboom is unfortunately not competitive, which I hate. Hot potato, she's pretty good on hot potato, but you'll rarely see it picked here because just of the nature of the indestructible walls and how easy it is to get rid of the grass here. So you won't see her much on hot potato. It can work for sure, but I just don't really recommend it because you don't see it happen too often. Now, safe zone, this is another good map that she's good on because you can't break open water. Even when people break open those walls, like that's, you don't really care about that. It's the grass that you care about. So just make sure on this map though. Another one of the best counters to alli. It's a bit situational, but typically you want to pick Amber. Amber gets rid of bushes, like, and for a very bushy map, like think back to what we were talking about earlier, double swoosh. If you have an Amber, it's good, but sometimes it's not enough because the alli will 3-shot you easily no matter if you have like your Amber gadget, like the Ring of Fire or anything like that. It's not enough, and she might not be able to get her super in time before you win the game. So you just got to be very careful. On a map like Safe Zone, Amber is very good counter to alli, but even then, the alli can still play around it because, like I said, you can't burn water. The water stays there. As long as there's water, the alli is most likely going to be viable on that map. So yeah, the highest maps, once again, she's pretty good on them. Now we got into Bounty. Oh, whoops, I don't mean to click that. But Shooting Star, do not play her on Shooting Star. There's like no bushes pretty much. There's just too much open space where you're just going to be sitting there. So just don't pick her on Shooting Star. It's not smart. Same thing with Hideout. Do not play alli on Hideout. You're just asking to lose. But this, however, this map was almost made for alli. Like, this is such a good alli game. You can get the blue star so easily by jumping over your walls at the start. You have so much extra space with the water on the right side and the opponent's left side, and you can just go easily in and assassinate and jump right back out. So very, very good map for her. Layer Cake is definitely a good place to play her. For the Brawl Ball maps, not triple dribble, Pinhole Punt. An amazing map for her because these bushes are just close enough where she can jump from bush to bush. And if there's a map where she can jump from a bush to another set of bushes, automatically is going to be really good. Amber is actually very good to counter her on this map, but there's still ways to play around it. Like you can go with a Shade. Shade is also pretty good into alli because you can't, it's like Amico trying to hit an Eve on the water. You can't hit on the water, and an alli cannot jump directly on a wall and splash inside the wall. So very good inter on that map. Sneaky Fields, also such a good map for her. Frank, though, is a real concern in these Brawl Ball maps that you really got to get rid of, or else the alli's going to have a very hard time. And you'd think, like, the Frank, like, oh, it has max health, like, the most health in the game, but your super damage does cap out at only double, so you still can't kill it easily. So if you want to play alli, just make sure Frank's not played. Now, wait, is that all the map? Super Beach is the other one? Yeah, Super Beach. On Super Beach, it's also pretty good. You don't see her as much here because on the left side, it's a little bit harder to go from bush to bush. And the bushes are like very, very small, so it's not amazing for her. You do see her played occasionally, but I would not recommend her on Super Beach at all. Second to last mode is Hot Zone. Open Business, don't play her on Open Business. The bushes are not linked well together at all. There's no water. Yeah, don't play on Open Business. On Dueling Beetles, once again, like there's water, but it's pretty useless, and the bushes are way too far apart. So once again, don't play her on Dueling Beetles. But on Ring of Fire, this is might be her best map, honestly, in the game, besides like Layer Cake, to be honest. Like Ring of Fire is double switch is amazing too, but Ring of Fire is so good. The water is positioned so nicely with the grass, and you can instantly, like at the beginning of the game, go to left and you're instantly in your opponent's grass. It's just so oppressive. It makes so much space on this map, and you can honestly even leave a Frank open because you can go some high damage dealing or hyper feeding brawler. Think of like an Amber in the mid. You can also get like a Pierce, a Lumi, something like that with alli, and you're golden. So really good map for her. Now there's Knockout as the last one. Gold Arm Gulch is probably the only one where she has a little viability, but just don't play alli in Knockout. Wait, I don't mean to click that. Do not play her on Bell's Rock, and do not play her on Out in the Open. Out in the Open, there might be some niche scenario that I don't know because there's water on that side and you can jump from that bush to that bush, but do not play it. I would not recommend it. So yeah, those are her best maps and modes. Now we are going to hop into a couple games and show you guys how to play Alli. All right, so thankfully one of her best maps is in rotation right now. They do have a Shade, but then the Rico is a pretty good matchup for me, and Kaze is a decent matchup for me. We don't have a mid, which is kind of interesting because this Rico's not playing mid. But yeah, we're just gonna jump from one bush to one bush, and you guys can see, I'm gonna pop my Enraged. Even though they're not 50% health, it makes me Enraged. So you see those eyes? It's telling me where the opponent is, and look, we can just triple tap him because he's a very squishy brawler. Good hook from my Buzz. But yeah, once you're in this position on this map as an Alli, it's just so easy to go from player to player, poach kills, something like that. I should have waited for my damage to get a pop to get the kill there, my bad, but I think my Buzz is gonna get a kill. Yeah, my Rico does go down, my Buzz does go down too. But yeah, I see he's under half health, and I'm enraged. Like, it's showing me his position in the bush, and I have my super here now. We can use my super to dash here. I didn't want, like, I wasn't trying to get the bonus damage because I can two-shot him anyways. But yeah, I'm gonna pop my gadget here to show me where the Shade is. Good vision gear for my teammate, but I won't be able to catch him quite yet, so I'm just gonna have to jump out here. It's like, it's so good because I can pretty much choose when I want to go in and go out. And then my like trait just revealed where he was, so I was able to find him and get the kill. I have my super here now. I'm gonna pop it now just so I can get out. I did reveal my invisibility, but we should be able to get this kill here. My Buzz should get a nice kill there too. And look, once again, the enraged thing is showing me where the opponent is. Really good job from him. I'm gonna pop it now so I can get the boost of reload. And there's a Rico right here. Just gonna be careful, gonna jump over his attacks. So really, really good. This Kaze is right here, and we can see because of my my trait. And then I have my hyper super now. We're gonna pop it and go over here. And yes, you can hit multiple people with your super. If it's within like that same like first shot after your super, you can hit multiple people because like it's a piercing attack, like as an assassin, because you're just dashing. And yeah, we can just jump around here. There's really not much they can do now. And yeah, I'm just gonna jump back into spawn and GG. So yeah, Alli is so insanely good on this map. I'll play one more though for here. We got one good matchup. We have the Surge. The Mortis is a bit iffy, and I do get pretty countered by the Fang, but it should still be fine. We can just, look, we can see the Mortis right there, and look, my thing also just reveals where everyone is. So I know where everyone is now, but I'm just going to be trying to follow my matchup onto this Surge, because I 3-tap him. I do miss one of my shots, so he's just going to be left on like 1 HP. But we can jump here and then jump there. I do somehow still miss, so I'm low-key trolling this game. But you guys can see, like, I'm just able to go onto whatever matchup that I want, pretty much. Now, here is the Surge. We're just 3-shot him easily. Don't know what gadget he's using. I'm going to pop my gadget because I want to find out where this Fang is. And we should be able to 3-tap him with my gadget, or super. And we can get out pretty safely. I do still have my dashes, so I'm gonna jump just to dodge at least one of those Mortis attacks. I'm gonna live on 8 HP, which is kind of crazy. I have my super now, and I might, when you pop your super and you jump, they cannot see the effect of you falling. So you can like go invis and jump, and they won't be able to see you. So it's really good, but remember, you are gonna waste that damage bonus. I need to play kind of safe here because I have like a lot of gems on me. I'm going to pop my super, go back out. I thought it would be enough to kill the Fang, but the damage bonus is not quite what I thought it would be. But we can make a lot of space because look, we're easily able just to get in their space, like with one jump. I do want to pop a gadget though, because I want to find out where this Fang is at all times. We're just going to jump in and jump back out. As long as we're collecting those gems in mid, I think we're fine, but it's going to be kind of hard to do something here. I'm going to try and swap onto the left side. That should be a kill for my cord, and he won't be able to get out with the gems, but we can definitely get the kill onto you. And then I'm going to pop my gadget soon. Actually, not anymore because I can see their position. And I don't necessarily need the vision on them right now, or the reload speed. I'm going to pop it now, though. See if we can jump over him, super onto him, and nice. Really, really well played from us once again. Just as long as you're playing your life and going onto the matchups that you know that you can win, then it's going to be really good. Let's hop into another mode. All right, so Draco's got pretty good synergy with me because they have a Chuck, and I do really well into the Nita and the Rico. So we just need to make sure we're winning our matchups for my team. I'm gonna pop my gadget now just so we can see where they are in the bushes. They can't sneak up on us. And I might just go in a little bit, try and make some pressure. Jump right back out, and we can see that someone's moving up. It is the what's the guy called? The Chuck. Okay, he does get set up. But I have my gadget, and it's showing me where they are in the bushes, which is nice. And we can walk up here and get the kill thanks to my damage gear. And then we can pop a super onto him just so he dies. Get the good extra damage because Chuck has a good amount of health. I think it's like a 50% bonus. I can't remember what it is. But we can jump onto her, get the kill. I have my super here, but I do get lasered by that Rico. We should get the first safe pop, which is nice. I have my super, I'm going to be ignoring the Chuck. I don't do a great job. I'm just going to feed him more super, but we can go onto you and we do triple kill her. She does get the bear on safe. We are up a safe pop though, if I'm able to get this one, which I am. We're able to get right back out too, which is really nice. I don't need to pop my gadget because I'm enraged already, thanks to this Rico. I'm just going to keep jumping around, making space for this Draco to get on the safe. And then, I meant to pop my super there. It would have been enough to get the kill. Okay, my I don't know why my Nita's dying this much to a Chuck, but we're gonna rock with it. I have my hyper here, and he just tosses a hyper super right down for no reason. We're just gonna make some space once again. Just gonna jump up into this grass up here. Gonna pop my hyper just so I can get that extra space, and then we're gonna jump back down, get the kill. We have a Draco hyper now. We should pop the safe right here. Yep, and we have a hyper bear. This should just be game. We're gonna all collapse on the safe, and nice, really well played from us. You see how we aren't even going for the safe typically. We're really just going up, making space either up that right side or through the middle with my gadget. Let me guys show you another game. You guys are seeing that like I'm popping my hyper without my super just for that range extension, and it does help. Like it's really, really good. You don't have to pop it with her super specifically. So they have a brawler on the left side, and then they have this guy down the middle. Very obvious that he was going to try and go for that. This bull is being a little bit interesting. We get a good kill, hopefully, onto you. Okay, nice. My dynamite got both of them. I kind of like trolled there. But yeah, bull is going to be very good into this Miko. Oh my god, he got destroyed. Yeah, we're going to stay in this grass for now, and then get a nice triple kill onto her, or triple tap for the kill. Now, I do have my super, really good kill, though, from my dynamite, and a bull should be able to defend. But like, I'm not going to be going for safe damage, really. I'm just going to be here to like, just make sure my team is keeping control. I'm going to pop my super here, get a nice triple tap onto him for the kill, and then pop my gadget here, and I'll pop my super on the safe and her. Also, the damage gear does stack, like the percentage-wise, with your super, so definitely pop it with it, and you'll get like some bonus. He's gonna panic and pop a super probably. Yeah, we're gonna follow him though. He's gonna have his fire gadget, so I don't really want to get caught in it, so I'm just gonna get a nice kill there. I have my hyper in one. I'm gonna pop my gadget now. They're not in range. There's like a specific range to it, like about where I am right now, so Jesse has the range. But yeah, that is pretty much the ins and out on how to play Alli. I think the first map I showed you guys, which was this one, Hard Rock Mine, is one of her best maps, and you'll be seeing her a lot here. Especially today was EMEA monthly finals, and we saw Alli played here like a couple times, and it was just absolutely disgusting. Alli's win rate is super duper high because with the right brawlers banned, she's just an unstoppable force, whether it be with water on a map like Bridge Too Far or on Hard Rock Mine. So yeah, that is my Alli guide. I will probably do Shader Kenji next. We'll see. But if you guys have any other suggestions, what you guys want after that, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Peace.